So usually I'll say bonsai because that's my opening thing. But today I'm representing Cobra Kai, so quiet. Sorry if
Oh, the chain. All right.
Sorry for any headphone users. I hope that didn't affect you. So today we got a very special stream. I am here with AndyRew. What's up, Andy?
What's up, Bonsai? I am the Oh, wait. No, that's not the right one. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another Cobra Kai watch. Wait, no, that's not it. What is it? All right. It's just AndyRew. I don't have a special intro or anything like that.
Okay. I mean, sometimes that happens. It's all good. It's all good. So today we have a very cool topic. This is, it's something different. We're going to talk about Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do, but we're not going to just talk about we're going to get into the philosophies. We're going to get really into all the different aspects of it. Which karate is better and how the karate is affecting the students, and all that sort of stuff. So you ready for it?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
And before we get going, where do you think Cobra Kai is going? Netflix, Hulu? What do you think?
I'm hoping Netflix. I think it might be Netflix, personally. It definitely won't be Disney Plus. I already mentioned that in my video.
Yeah. That better not happen. I don't want Disney handling Cobra Kai. That would not be good.
Maybe Hulu, but I feel like another company owns Hulu. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I don't really know the business stuff, but I mean, Netflix. Let's go. Let's hope.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers for that because I have Netflix.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so before we get into the actual discussion, I just wanted to I wrote it down so I wouldn't mess it up, but so as we all know, George Floyd, an innocent black man, was killed Monday, May 25th because of the color of his skin. However, as we all know, this isn't the first innocent black person that was killed because of his race. This horrendous event just happened to be caught on video. So many black women, men, women, children are facing discrimination because of the color of their skin. Most of the time, these incidents are unknown because the public either wasn't there or there were no witnesses or it wasn't recorded. The point is, this isn't just happening. This has been happening for a long time and too long. It needs to stop. We need to be the change we want to see. I put 2 links in the description below. One is to donate to the Black Lives Matter Fund, and the other is for the George Floyd Memorial Fund. On the last stream, I received my first super chats, which thank you guys for that. But for this stream, please don't send super chats. And if you want to donate, please donate. There's links in the description. And let me know if you did donate. I also put 2 links for petitions that you could sign. So if you don't want to pay, then you could just sign a petition. It takes 30 seconds. If you want to donate to another fund or sign another petition, then that's fine. I just put some in the description. Anything helps. It's important that we're educated because we can't stop something that we don't know about. We encourage each and every one of you to act and just help out. So Andrew and I are very excited to talk some Cobra Kai.
But yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yes. But some things are too important not to address, and we need to keep talking, and we can't be silent. So I just wanted to, we can't just ignore this. We have to keep talking about this. That's how it's going to stop. If you ignore it, it's just going to keep happening. So,
like this comment here, racism does not exist in this dojo.
Yes, racism does not exist in this dojo. Let's all stand together, and yeah. So and those links are in the description. So, are you ready?
I'm most definitely ready.
Okay, so
you're going down.
Well, I mean, you're going down, but So, okay. So I am representing Cobra Kai, the side of Cobra Kai, and Andrew is representing the side of Miyagi-Do. However, yes. However, we both still think that the other has some positives. We're not going to just completely be on one side. So I still have some things I like about Miyagi-Do. Andrew has some things he likes about Cobra Kai, and technically, you wanted to be Miyagi-Do, so I was kind of the designated Cobra Kai.
Mostly because I had this since I was a little kid.
Oh, because of the head. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. So let's just get right into it. So Andrew, why do you think Cobra Kai is the better karate? We're gonna get into specifics, but like if you just want to like general, why do you think it's the better karate? Anything. So.
Well, I would say Cobra Kai is definitely more of the aggressive form of karate. Like I said before, it has its positives. I think it can very highly influence high schoolers, but could also make them a bully. I'll first get into the positives first.
Oh wait, did I say Cobra Kai? Why do you think Cobra Kai?
Yeah, you said Cobra Kai.
Oh, I meant Miyagi-Do, but I mean, my bad. But I mean, do you want to? You want to still say?
I guess I'll go into Miyagi-Do.
Okay, that's what I meant. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. I would say Miyagi-Do is the better philosophy. It's something you can take into the real world. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, even in season 2, when they were talking, I think who it was, Daniel, I think. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the scene.
What episode or what? Like, what episode?
It was in the mid-season. It was around the time Johnny and his friends all got together.
Oh, so when was it that same episode where he's telling them about like we're all Miyagi-Do? Was it that?
I think so.
When he was like talking like to the new students?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, where was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought.
You're good.
I was saying that it's the better philosophy to take in the real world. I'm not trying to downgrade on Cobra Kai, but I'll just use that as a stepping stone example. That's not something you should really take into the real world. Balance, meditation, and all that stuff is something that normal people do. You know, there's not even karate. I would say Miyagi-Do. That's not necessarily the combat. Cobra Kai focuses more on combat and defending yourself in fist fight. But for Miyagi-Do, that is something that isn't even necessarily fighting. You know, most of the time they're practicing over the summer together. They're rarely fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I also like Miyagi-Do because it's just both Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do like affect me in different ways. Like with Miyagi-Do, it's like I'll be outside in the nature, just taking a walk, and I'll put on that Miyagi-Do music, and I'll just like find my balance. When I get stressed out, I find my balance. So I agree with you there. But then with Cobra Kai, I think that Cobra Kai you can definitely take into the real world. And
I agree.
Yeah, so like when you watch Karate Kid, it's just bullies. They're just bullies. They're just learning these bad teachings. There's nothing good about that. You can't do that. But with Cobra Kai, and this is why the show is so good, they actually show like those teachings implemented into the real world. So
exactly.
Like even Johnny explains it to Miguel in episode 2, like when he's talking about striking first. Striking first is about like being aggressive. And Miguel like is gonna go talk to the girls when they're like at lunch. He's gonna go talk to them. He's striking first, so they those lessons also like implement into the real world, if you know what I mean.
Right. And I even made that a point in, I think it was why Miguel turned into an asshole, which I don't even really think he did, but I still titled it that. How it helped him get a girlfriend, Sam. And how he was able to just go all in, especially when it came to season 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because this show really shows why how you can take those like lessons, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. That sounds so brutal, but then really like help if they're implemented right. Like no mercy could be like, it could be something bad, but at the same time, okay, I'd say maybe the no mercy rule is there's nothing for that. But striking first, striking hard, it's about putting all your energy into something. And Johnny even tells Miguel like never accept defeat, and that's how he asks Sam out. It's nothing, it's nothing like he's not doing anything bad. He's being confident in himself, and I think that's what Cobra Kai is about. It's about confidence. Right. It's about confidence. So,
and that third role, it kind of started to disintegrate a little bit by the end of season 1 and into season 2, as Johnny was seeing what all these roles were doing to his son, realized no mercy, that might not be the best thing to teach. That's where the whole honor thing comes in, and Miguel showing Robbie mercy.
Yeah. And Kreese definitely complicated that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Johnny's arc from first no mercy to then seeing his son being like physically hurt and then like deciding to change his ways? What do you think about that?
I think everything he teaches kind of has to do with what's going on in his life. Notice at the end of season 1 how he just found out Daniel was training Robbie the night before. He was drinking a lot. He decided, screw the world, screw everybody, no mercy, just kick everybody's ass, Then he saw his son, he saw what it was doing, and saw how each person was turning out with these lessons. Miguel, for example. And when he talked to his mom at the beginning of season 2, he said he's going to make sure that Miguel doesn't go on the wrong path, because he's starting to realize that these rules, they aren't so great after all, but they can be helpful, like we've said, to some degree. And I think season 1 really showcased that.
Yeah, for sure. I think I love Johnny's arc from season 1 to season 2. Mm-hmm. I think the moment that I was really like, you go Johnny, was season 2, episode 8, when this is right after Kreese left the dojo, and like they were like, where's Sensei Kreese? And Johnny's saying how Sensei Kreese didn't have our best interests at heart. And like he's talking about like he's looking at the rules, the strike first, strike hard, no mercy, and he's just saying like it's just black paint on a white wall, like, but not everything's black and white. Sometimes things are gray. And in my Cobra Kai, sometimes we show mercy. I thought that was a real coming of age or whatever for him. Mm-hmm. And I think it just goes to show that it's not about, it is about the philosophy, but it's about who's teaching it. Because if you look at Johnny's Cobra Kai by season 2, and then Kreese's Cobra Kai, those are totally two different things. What do you think?
Yeah. I think Johnny's still starting to discover himself. I mean, Kreese's Cobra Kai, that is Cobra Kai, just strict to the bone. Or there's another saying, but you know what I mean. But yeah. I feel like Johnny's the most lost he's ever been now, because he's constantly learning new things as the show goes on. The first season, he was all about the old Cobra Kai. And then they bring Kreese back, and he's teaching all the kids everything he was taught. And I feel like the students are trying to get they're starting to get a little confused as well. Hawk, for example, when at the beginning when they punished them for winning the tournament, and Miguel was like, "Well, you taught us to fight dirty, win at all costs," and Johnny said, "Well, I'm learning some things along the line too." So if we're really debating like Cobra Kai and like Miyagi-Do, I would go straight to the roots, not necessarily how Johnny and Daniel teach, because as the show has shown that they both have their positives and negatives. But if we're going even further back to Kreese and Miyagi, I think that's also pretty interesting. And I just probably full Miyagi-Do on that part.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also Miyagi-Do when it comes to Miyagi's Miyagi-Do or Kreese's Cobra Kai, but I think when it comes to now with Cobra Kai, it's really, you can really choose any side, because if we're talking about Johnny's Cobra Kai and Daniel's Cobra Kai, because there's no one good side. It's all gray. That's like the theme of the show, and that's what's so beautiful about it, because it allows for discussion. Because if if we had Miyagi-Do, who were the good guys, and then you just had Cobra Kai, just flat out bad guys, there wouldn't be any debates like we're doing now. There wouldn't be any discussion. It would be like it'd be pretty boring. It's like it's kind of like I always tie it back to Star Wars. Do you watch Star Wars? Are you a Star Wars
Oh
fan?
yeah, I'm a big Star Wars geek.
You see like all the similarities, right? Between yeah, exactly. So I mean, like Miyagi-Do is kind of like the light side in a way. Cobra Kai is the dark side. The Jedi, yeah. Cobra Kai is like the Sith, but at the same time though, it's more gray. Like it's more than that. But yeah, that's just what I find interesting.
Now not to get off topic, how Star Wars gets into the gray Jedi area, we might see something like that in Cobra Kai. If they start teaming up Miyagi Kai or
Cobra
whatever the other name was.
Cobra Do. I don't like that. I like Miyagi Kai. I like Miyagi Kai. I don't think I think they'll be a little more original than that if they do team up.
They'll do something completely different, I feel like, instead of combining it, because I guess it all really stems back to the roots. Kreese is just this one sensei who's all Cobra Kai, Miyagi, all Miyagi with those beliefs. And it's passed on to their students. They teach it a different way, both of them. Yeah. It's kind of showing how in Karate Kid, it's not the student, it's the teacher. And I really loved how at the end of season 2, Miguel is the one who shows mercy, and he's taught not to show mercy. Well, Johnny teaches him not to. Johnny shows him to show mercy. But I really don't know what went wrong with Robbie, to be honest, because Daniel taught those same values. It really comes down to, I guess, the practitioner rather than the actual belief of it, because Miguel, he's a good kid at heart. I mean, so is Robbie, but he's got that temper like his dad.
Yeah. Well, I think Robbie thought that Miguel was taking advantage of Sam, so it was more about that in the moment. And yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Robbie after that. I mean, I like Robbie, but I wasn't a fan of Robbie at that moment because it's crazy, and I find it insane how I love how like they're not playing it safe. This is kind of like off topic, but they're not playing it safe. Like they could have just played it safe and had me get like maybe they saved this for season 4, but they put this in season 2, and they want to make 6 seasons. So it's just I'm just interested where like. I just love how they're not playing it safe. They could have just easily not really messed or done anything, but they really screwed everything up. So now they have to fix it all in season 3. And I'm not talking about like the show. I'm talking about like specifically inside what's going on with the characters.
Yeah. I just hate how we were left with that cliffhanger. Then we're waiting even longer than we need to.
That's the best part. It gets us excited. I love that.
Yeah, it gets us to think more about what's going to happen. It makes me think not everything's going to be crammed into season 3 as much as we think. Oh, Terry Silver's going to return. Mike Barnes is going to return. Kamiko is going to return. Chosen's going to return. That's not going to happen realistically. Yeah. They're going to save it for future seasons. Everything's going to lead to something else. But if any returning characters are actually coming, which I'm pretty sure they confirmed, it's going to be Chosen or Kamiko or someone like that because Daniel's going to Okinawa.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are the 2 guaranteed. Allie might not even come back, just because they showed her phone.
Sure.
Yeah, just because they showed her phone, maybe she'll come back in the future. It doesn't necessarily have to be season 3, but I mean.
A lot of people also feel like they're building that up too much for her to not come in, but well, I guess that makes sense. I was about to make a reference to Mike Barnes, but there was no tease at all for that. So I don't know what people are thinking, including myself, about him coming to season 2. That just wouldn't make any sense, and that have to be something that's teased, Well,
I saw your video, and I actually caught onto this too about the phone call in episode 1 with Mike. That can't be a coincidence. These writers are too smart for that. You know what I mean?
That would be pretty funny, though.
if like he was his boss.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's the case, but
Yeah,
it's a little too coincidental.
yeah.
But they use the name Mike, and they're huge fans, right? But
maybe
Mike's
it's
a
just
common name.
Mike's a common name. Maybe it was just like a little Easter egg. My dad's name's Mike, so there's so many
We're
Mikes.
both Andrew.
And we're both Andrew. Is your dad named Mike?
Oh, his name's Eric.
Oh, okay. Almost. This is pretty close. Pretty close. All right. So let's see. So yeah, we were talking about. I think you said it perfectly, and I 100% agree with you. It's
stutters here.
What?
I was gonna say a few stutters here and there, but I try to get my point across.
Oh no! You got it. I heard you. I heard you. When you were talking about the influence of Kreese, Johnny, Daniel, because in the end, as we can see, it's not really about Miguel, or it's not really like the actions of Miguel, Sam, Robbie, all those characters are based on what they've been taught. They're like being taught like these things. Like I was just it was like a coincidence. I was just watching like some clips on YouTube of 42, the Jackie Robinson movie.
Oh,
and, yeah, and like there were like the adults at like the baseball game were like yelling at Jackie Robinson, like saying all this nasty stuff, and you had like a kid there, like one of the little boys was like listening to it, and he didn't know what to say because he thought it was bad, but he saw everyone else doing it, so then he started yelling like nasty stuff too. This little boy, and you could tell that he felt uncomfortable with it, but he still did it because of them, and that's the same thing. Every action that the characters take is because of Daniel, Kreese, and Johnny. And we could get it. Do you want to like talk about first talk about like one of the characters? Or
I was also gonna say it couldn't also just necessarily be the mentors like Johnny and Daniel, but it could also be on the way they're raised. Like Miguel, he was raised poor. He has that take what I can get attitude. Robbie was also raised without a father, just getting what he can, and so used to a guy seeking revenge of his mom, which is what led to him thinking about that with Miguel. Sam, spoiled to the core, raised a rich girl, gets everything she wants, no complaints, and just I don't hate Sam, but she just has this I'm right and you're wrong attitude. Like Miyagi-Do so much better because we're like this, you know what I mean? Like just kind of snobby,
but
which also isn't. I mean, she's probably a nice person deep down inside, but the way she was raised, she's not used to fighting for what she gets. Like that's why Tori didn't like her in the first place. She was handed everything while Tori works for her money. Miguel has to earn what he gets. So does Robbie even.
Yeah.
And so he moved into Daniel's house and he was living the rich life for a little while.
Yeah, and I mean that all goes back to the father figures, because you're saying how Sam is like Cobra Kai is wrong, Miyagi-Do is right, but what's Daniel doing? Daniel's doing the same exact thing. He's like, we have to take down Cobra Kai. He doesn't even try to. I mean, I think Johnny never attacked Daniel. Daniel attacked Cobra Kai, and then Johnny just said, "Hey man, back off." So while I'm a Daniel fan, I have to give it to Johnny on that one. Daniel doesn't like to see past what he believes. Like he's like
right.
There was a scene where in season 1, episode 8, where the whole family's together. Daniel's mom comes back and like they're like talking about Cobra Kai re-entering the tournament, and then like Anthony, Daniel's son's like they're talking about like, oh, Daniel's mom is like those like Cobra Kais. They like remember what they did? They pushed you off your bike on that on that hill, and then the son's like, I thought it was a cliff. Yeah. So like so Daniel's like just like telling this story. Cobra Kai is bad. Like they're terrible. He doesn't open his mind. He doesn't have an open mind. So
Yeah, I can't necessarily blame him either. He just thinks Cobra Kai is all bad. Everyone who he ever known was in Cobra Kai was a bully, and that same bully is teaching other kids the same beliefs. Because notice in season 1, episode 3, Daniel was kind of getting PTSD with the skeleton costume. They see Johnny's like, why would you ever want to open Cobra Kai after what your sensei did to you? And he says, I'm not Kreese, and the lessons worked. And he's like, oh, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. And he thinks he's putting that in kids' minds to be a bully, just like him, and to torment other kids. What Daniel doesn't know is that he's teaching the kids that would be bullied, but he's also kind of turning them into bullies. So I'm not fully going to put Daniel down for his beliefs, since that's how it's played out. But he doesn't know the whole story, just like with Johnny and finding out his stepfather was abusive, and they started to bond a little bit and start to getting an understanding. But then another misunderstanding comes. Johnny thinks Daniel messed with him on purpose for him training his son. And Johnny's like, what? And pushes him, and with the trophies knocking over. You know what I'm talking about. It was just all misunderstanding. Daniel didn't even know that he was Johnny's son. And he probably wouldn't even introduce them like that if he knew.
yeah.
We always get close to those moments where they're about to understand each other, but something happens. I think, they both have their flaws, but they're both good. And they just don't understand each other. Same could kind of be said with the very first Karate Kid, how it's kind of gray for both of them. But thinking back and even watching it as a kid, it wasn't so gray-sided. The movie just displayed as all Daniel's perspective, and Johnny was made to look like the biggest prick. And he kind of was. I mean, but he's a high school kid, and he's not getting enough attention, and he's taught by Kreese. So, it's all about the teacher. Even the Karate Kid film said, oh, they're not bad. They're not bad people. They're just taught bad values, and that's what Daniel took growing up. Oh, Cobra Kai, bad. No. Finds out Cobra Kai's back. Oh, I can't let you fill these kids' heads with that garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Daniel only he never really saw Johnny's whole lifestyle. He just knows Cobra Kai for being the people that bullied him, and that's all. Even as an adult, that's what he took with him. And really quickly, shout out to the I don't know if you know about the comic books, the Karate Kid comic books. Do you know?
I was kind of aware, but not really.
Yeah, so they're really cool. They it's Karate Kid from Johnny's perspective, and it's there's some scenes that we've already seen before in comic book form, but then they have some new scenes, and it's all Johnny's perspective. And I thought it was just really good, really well done. I'm not going to get into it now, but there's something in there that I think is tying into season 3. And it's just really cool. It's Johnny's perspective in Karate Kid. The last scene of the first comic book actually made me emotional. That's how good it was. So
read it then.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's short. It's not the most amazing, mind-blowing thing, but it's a cool thing. So yeah. Let's see. We got some okay. All right, so let's see. So who do we think is the best teacher? And let's say by the end of by season 2, because it's kind of unfair for Johnny, because Johnny's I think by season 2 Johnny and Daniel are more even in their philosophies. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter, but
would you say in the whole universe, like Karate Kid, or just between Daniel and Johnny?
Kreese and Miyagi, are we including them?
Yeah. I'm not sure what you're asking. Do you mean just between Daniel and Johnny, or just all the teachers?
All the teachers.
Oh, I gotta go with Miyagi all the way.
Yeah.
Kreese is just bad. Miyagi didn't look like he had any flaws whatsoever. I wish maybe the show could dwell on that more. I mean, we already know Miyagi kind of had troubled past, but he kind of moves past that. I think the difference between Kreese and Miyagi, they both go through trauma, but they all deal with it in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Miyagi triumphs over Daniel, Johnny, and Kreese. But if it's between Daniel and Johnny, I don't know. Daniel's heart's in the right place. So is Johnny's. But Daniel wouldn't have even started Miyagi-Do if Cobra Kai wasn't back. He started out of revenge, which is something Miyagi would never do.
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Miyagi-Do way.
All right. Both my dogs are down here now.
Yeah, I would have to say Miyagi. I think he's just. I mean, he obviously we know he's not perfect because he has a whole backstory of the military, and it's really cool. I think we're gonna I think we'll get some like comparisons because Kreese and Miyagi were both in the military, so that alone gives them a common bond. You know, they both have different philosophies. They never really talk, but and also they both experience different things. But I think we'll see some common. If it's maybe Daniel and Kreese talking. Like I don't know if this will happen this season or whatever, but and I think we'll find out more about Miyagi's past along with Kreese's past, and maybe Kreese. I think there'll be closure with Miyagi and Kreese because once again they're setting up the closure, or they're just setting up Daniel and Johnny's relationship. Unfortunately, we don't have Pat Morita with us, Mr. Miyagi, so that Kreese and Miyagi relationship, obviously they can't talk to each other, but you have Daniel who knows Miyagi's story. Kreese doesn't know. I feel like it would be really cool. Once again, I don't know if it's going to be this season, but just some point to have like a Kreese Daniel discussion, and just Kreese kind of opens his eyes and is like, like me and Mr. Miyagi were like pretty similar. I mean, obviously he's not going to be like, I love this guy, but he'll have like a little more sympathy for him, and
part of me also kind of thinks he already does know they have similarities. Like in Karate Kid 3, you might not remember or notice this, but when Miyagi was about to fight Terry and Kreese, how Terry's like the big war hero, and Kreese nods at him. I feel like that was kind of a sign of respect. That's my interpretation. You could think anything, but if you rewatch that scene, you might think differently. But I think it was just more of like nod. Yet, like yes, you served your purpose. I don't think he hated Miyagi actually. I feel like he kind of envied him, especially basically because he was attacking him. He was the enemy. But if he wasn't the enemy, I feel like there would be a great deal of respect. You know what I mean? Because he comes to Kreese's dojo saying, leave this guy alone. Kreese, he's the big guy. Like, who do you think you are? But there's also that respect after finding out who Miyagi really is. And he starts to envy him after putting his dojo out of business because Daniel won the karate tournament. So I wouldn't say hatred for Miyagi, but I would definitely say envy. I don't think he hates him. He respects him for sure, I think. And I think he already acknowledges that this is someone I can kind of relate to. I respect him, but I don't like him. He's the enemy.
That's a really good point. I never really thought about that, but it's not Mr. Miyagi. He doesn't just this guy. It's because of like what Mr. Miyagi did. Mr. Miyagi confronted him in his dojo. Mr. Miyagi made his hands bleed. It's those specific things, and he's the enemy. It doesn't matter who you are, anyone, and you can see that because even Johnny is the enemy to Kreese. Johnny's the enemy. So if Johnny's the enemy, then of course Mr. Miyagi is going to be the enemy. It's just he's just very, I don't know. I'm so excited to see him in season 3. I think that I'm working on a video on this, but sneak peek. I think Kreese. Well, this was actually supposed. I was actually supposed to like keep it kind of like a like wait until I made it because it's like a 2-parter. But I'll just whatever. It doesn't matter. So exclusive. I think season 3 is Kreese's season. I don't think we've gotten.
I agree.
I don't think we've gotten like the half of it.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't know his true motives, why he came back. He told Johnny like this is a chance to redeem myself, but we all know that was crap. I don't think it was necessarily all. I think he does care for Johnny. I think that there was part of that was true, but I think in the end, Cobra Kai is more important to him. But I really am excited for his character, and there's also another character I'm excited for, but you gotta wait for the video for that. So.
Mm-hmm. I actually saw a really good comment here. That was just repeated how Kreese said he should have taken care of that old bastard when he had the chance. I like to go back and acknowledge that. I'm not saying he doesn't like hate Miyagi. He kind of does. He envies him. But he does still see him as the enemy, and he's gonna take care of the enemy at all costs, no matter what. And I think the show might. I think it already has. He's acknowledged that he has a respect for him. Kind of like I'm not a military person, but you're fighting other people. I feel is there some sort of respect there? Well, then again, with the enemy, Kreese has no respect towards. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I think that they're gonna go along the lines of something happening in the military. He showed mercy, and then I think that's I definitely didn't come up with that. There were people who said that, and I think that's what they're going for. Because you multiple times he says like you haven't seen what I've seen, you haven't been through what I've been through, and so we know that he's like whatever the way he is. Like there's a reason why he is the way he is. That's with everyone, like there's something or someone that makes you why or who the person you are. So with Kreese, I don't think it doesn't come from maybe we'll see like a flashback of his father or whatever, but I think we're definitely going to see him in the military showing mercy maybe, and then
regarding Kreese, right?
What?
You're talking about Kreese, right?
Yeah, Kreese. Like he shows mercy. Yeah. He like shows mercy to someone, and that's what maybe gets them killed or something. So then because of that one moment, which cost him like a friend or something, we're gonna get like that's gonna influence his views and opinions and teachings on life, which is strike first, strike hard, no mercy. And like it's obviously like I think we're gonna feel a lot more sympathy for him if we like learn that backstory.
I agree. Even Martin Cove said something. I think I made a video on it. But I think that could go more for season 3. In an interview with Martin Cove, you could go back on one of my videos. I think it was Kreese's backstory revealed in season 2. Obviously, we didn't get much, but I think that might be good for season 3. How it's going to show the flashbacks, the Vietnam, and what made him this bitter guy. I agree with you. I think it might have to be a death there, but also, I think it would also have to deal with him just being, screw the world. This happened to me. I'm gonna do this to you.
Yeah.
Just like if his friend or lover were to die, like, well, if you're gonna do that to me, I'm gonna do this over the whole world, and that's where the line is drawn between Kreese and Miyagi. Miyagi decided to rise above that and just not to really display his emotions. You don't really see too much of Miyagi showing emotion. He only has those random outbursts. Well, not random, but there's outbursts. Like when he was drunk, it was wedding anniversary. Daniel discovers he was a war hero. And even in Karate Kid 3, and when Daniel was being mean to him, you could see a teardrop or tears in his eyes.
Or when his dad died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah, no, you're good. I will have to kind of disagree with you on one thing. I don't think that the reason why Kreese is teaching strike first, strike hard, no mercy is because of revenge. I don't think he's like angry at the world, but I think it's more of a defense. It's like you have to strike first before they attack you. It's more of a PTSD kind of like he doesn't want to replay those same events and make those same mistakes because that mistake was deadly. It's not just about like oh, you do something wrong, like fool me once, shame, like whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like someone died, and it obviously affected him or whatever happens, and now he doesn't trust anyone. Maybe he trusted someone and they screwed him over, and then something big happened. It's not going to be a little consequence. So I think it's going to be more of a defense and more of a get them before they could get you. He's not really trying to be like get revenge on anyone or be like the main aggressor, but he wants to just get them before they get you. And I think it's because of his past, like PTSD and all that. So
I actually think both can play a factor because Kreese is, well, now I'm thinking about it, he didn't really start anything in Karate Kid, the first one. He was just the guy running his dojo. But in Cobra Kai season 2, it seems like he's trying to start trouble.
Yeah.
Well, is he?
Oh yeah. Well, technically we don't really know his intentions yet, but I see what you mean. I see what you mean. He's trying to. This isn't about defending himself or whatever. He's trying to. But he does say like nowadays kids get trophies for participating. So I think this is like a different reason, but like he wants to maintain his old teachings. He doesn't want this the change of kids getting the trophy. He's very old school, and once again he loves Cobra Kai. And by teaching these students in a way, like look, sure he choked Johnny, sure he was very, very aggressive towards his students, but in a way, why else would he be teaching them? He's teaching them so they don't make the same mistakes that he made, which look, obviously he's going about it the wrong way, but I think that's his mindset. And I think another cool thing, once again, it goes with the comic book. In the Karate Kid comic book, we actually saw a Kreese Johnny interaction from Karate Kid, which is so cool because you never really see that in the actual movie. And you see like Kreese kind of giving him advice, and it's just, you see that Kreese is trying to teach these kids and help these kids, but it's with his teachings, which may not be helpful.
Treating them more like soldiers, if anything. Like he's just kind of reliving the war. Yeah, basically a part of PTSD. But I think he's trying to train them up so they don't make the same mistake. But I also feel like part of his intentions, well, it could be his main intention, I'm not sure about that, is he wants to take down Miyagi-Do, clearly.
Yeah.
He's the one pushing them, especially at the very end. Something's going to happen. He's training his students to get even bigger revenge at the school fight,
Yeah, I'm wondering what he does, because I feel like they need to, I don't know. I'm wondering what the first move is, because right now they're all not, like Johnny's done with karate, Daniel's done. They're all done. They're not doing it anymore. Kreese is training these students. There needs to be like a something that the students under Kreese do. For example, Kreese tells Hawk and Tori, go whatever, vandalize Miyagi-Do, which I know not that because they already did that, but something along those levels that tells Daniel, Johnny, we gotta stop them. Like there needs to be like big consequences. And once again, it goes back to the finale of season 2. if there was never that school fight where Miguel fell off the balcony and got into this life or death situation, they could still like play season 3 kind of in a fun, lighthearted way, dojo versus dojo. But because you brought life or death into this, I feel like that kind of there needs to be serious reasons why we're doing this fight. Why would Daniel and Johnny team up against Kreese other than him just teaching strike first? Season 1 was okay with that, but you know what I mean? They brought life or death, so I feel like it really needs to. But I'm excited for that, and I know they're gonna do that.
That also brings me back to the factor of bless you.
Bless you.
The respect for Miyagi. That was not respectful at all to trash the dojo and steal the Medal of Honor. I wonder if Kreese told Hawk to steal the medal. Or is that something he just did? I'm not sure because
we never saw
his thoughts in his head.
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't know if trashing the dojo was Kreese's idea. I mean,
true.
But
he knew about it.
He knew about it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a good point.
It was Kreese the ones to suggest that, or was Hawk just thinking of himself? Because Kreese kind of was like, well, you should do something about it. And Hawk was thinking, well, yeah, I'm going to trash our dojo. Was that his thoughts, or Kreese saying, look, trash the dojo. The battle is only over when you say it is.
Yeah.
Either one could work, but now I'm thinking about that more.
Let's finish the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you.
I think season 3 is going to be very dark, actually. I was going to make a video about that, how each season's just getting darker because life and death is being brought into it. Yeah. Even those reveal photos on Instagram of them being in the LaRusso's house. Wait.
Are these spoilers? Wait, what?
Oh, no. These are like, I think Watch Party did something.
Oh, wait. Was it his newest video?
It was like behind the scenes or something.
I don't want to know I know he made a newest video on the episode.
It wasn't new. It was actually a few weeks ago. It might have been someone else.
I'm trying to.
I'm not throwing Watch Party under the bus. It might not even be him.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid, look, I mean, sure, I've reported on some stuff, but that's only stuff that, kind of was right in the obvious, or that was, kind of presented. I'm not trying to really look too much behind the scenes. It's tough because we don't have any content right now.
Then again, these are interpretations of just photos. So just thinking of what could happen from that just makes you think it will be a lot darker.
Yeah, I got you. I think it will too.
These are just theories.
Yeah. I love how I'm so glad that nothing major has been leaked. They do a very good job of that.
I think what I said could have been the biggest leak if it is true. So I apologize if that's true, but it's a theory.
Okay. So would you join Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai?
Well, it depends on the day and age. We're
right now.
This generation, depends who's running the dojo. Right now, Kreese is running the dojo. We just decided, we want to join this.
Let's say, it's up to you, Daniel. Between Daniel and Johnny in season 1 or season 2. I mean, because I know there's 2 different Johnnies, 2 different Daniels, so just whatever you want.
I mean, technically, Daniel wasn't even running a dojo in the first season. He was just training Robbie just because he wanted to be back in Miyagi's spirit. Season 2 was more around getting back at Cobra Kai. Man, that's a hard question. I would really like season 1 Cobra Kai because it's just Johnny. No Kreese input in there at all. But then again, do we want to count Daniel season 1?
No. Let's just say season 2, Johnny, Daniel, forget Kreese.
Well, we gotta really base it around their intent. Is Daniel really trying to pass the torch, or is he just trying to get back at Cobra Kai? Part of it's both.
This is Daniel in, let's say, season 2, episode whatever. Episode, I don't know. Just season 2, in the middle of season 2, when they're each training their own students.
Yeah, because his perspective changed. At first, he said, "Oh, we're not gonna fight him. We're just gonna be this dojo here and show him a different way."
All right. So after that, when he comes to his senses,
I mean, the Cobra Kai dojo is very unbalanced in season 2 with 2 different senseis putting in their own ideologies.
All right, I think you're getting a little too specific. Just all right. How about just in general?
Yeah.
Just all right.
It's
Forget
like if we were in the show right now.
Yeah. Let's. Okay. Yeah. Forget like who's like teaching and whatever. Let's just say like if like Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai, like however you want to interpret it, you could choose what time. It doesn't really. Just like what dojo would you go to? Or what's whatever.
Just in general, let's just say there's no Daniel. Well, there is no Johnny. There's just a real Cobra Kai, another sensei's teaching, and a Miyagi-Do teaching those philosophies. I'm gonna say Miyagi-Do.
All right. I'm always like, I don't really.
You can't really say Johnny's and Crease's like pure like Cobra Kai, pure Miyagi-Do, like back to its roots. If this dojo was to go on for like another 100 years, like what ideologies are going to be taught?
Yeah, look, for me personally, I feel like I mean I like Miyagi-Do. I'm a little torn between both, but I feel like I would join Cobra Kai because I feel like it gives you confidence. I could use that at times. I could use. Sometimes I'm very, very. Sometimes I could be a little too like gentle or too, not really like aggressive enough when I need to be. So I feel like Cobra Kai would give me that little push. Not to be an asshole, but to just be tougher and stand up for myself. So, but then if we're saying like teachers or whatever, if we're influencing that, I would definitely join Cobra Kai because me and Johnny would just we'd just be buds. I'd just hang out with Johnny all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the GOAT.
I guess it really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. And this will bring back the perspective of the positives and negatives. If you want to learn to defend yourself, you want to feel confident, that I would definitely say Cobra Kai. But if something you kind of want to use for the rest of your life, I would say Miyagi-Do, because, well, I'm done high school now, so I couldn't really use Cobra Kai anymore. It's just confidence, approaching people, just feeling strong, which is definitely the biggest positive about Cobra Kai. But it could also go to your head, which the show and the movies have shown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, just because you're out of high school, look at Stingray. I mean, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, like Stingray is the perfect example of Cobra Kai. You could do it whenever. He won the Red vs. Black Karate Coyote
that's a big deal.
Championship. It's a very big deal in the karate community. He was security guard. He was signing up for that position at the school. And then, dude, he beat up all those kids. You can't beat up kids if you don't learn Cobra Kai. So if you want to beat up kids, I'm kidding, by the way. I know you shouldn't beat up kids. That was a joke. But
I actually think Stingray's a good example for a bad example, if that makes sense. Because what is Stingray doing with his life? If you really think about it, he's comic relief. He's hilarious. I love him. But realistically, as an adult, he's a loser. You know what I mean?
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, he's Cobra Kai.
But no, actually, now he's signing up for a job, at the school. So he was just working at the hardware store. He didn't have a place in the world. Now he has a place in Cobra Kai. I love how this conversation is now on Stingray.
Yeah. Well, let's just change the title, Stingray debate. Just good or bad?
Just Stingray. Just flat out discussion.
Stingray.
All right. So
But like
before,
realistically, outside the show, like someone like Stingray, he's not very mature for his age.
yeah,
Obviously, he's hilarious. I love him. He's great for the show. But still living with his mom. He's spending. I mean, I feel like Cobra Kai is giving him confidence, which is good. He's trying to find his place. Maybe he can be a security guard. Maybe that's what Cobra Kai influenced him to be. But he doesn't have experience per se. Remember?
yeah. Now he's gonna get that experience. So, is there anything else you wanna like talk about before we get into we could end with some fan questions or questions from the chat. Is there anything else you want to say about it? Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai, any other last points?
Well, I was gonna say something before. I think I already compared
Cobra
them.
Kai's better. Is that what you're gonna say?
Oh, it really depends. It's not so black and white,
I know.
How we're wearing these shirts. It's not so clear. It's not evil. It's not good. They all have their different benefits, but it really depends on what you're trying to learn. Like there's many different martial arts. It doesn't mean one's better than the other. You know what I mean? Like boxing and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? They both have their, I guess, cons and mostly pros. I mean, it's a martial art, so you're going to get a pro no matter what. You're going to learn how to fight and defend yourself. But Brazilian jiu-jitsu, that's all about being on the ground. And boxing, that's all about standing. I mean, if a BJJ guy was to take a boxer to the ground, it would be over, right? But if it's a BJJ guy in a boxing match, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
But then again, there's still the Cobra Kai Miyagi-Do. They're still the same karate. You know what I mean? They're the same type. That's why it's so even with both of them. But Cobra Kai is more aggressive, striking first. I was basically taught never to throw the first punch because, criminal charges. So I would say that's definitely a con for Cobra Kai there. You're going to get booked in the jail more likely. It'll get you in more trouble. It's good confidence, but yeah, you can't let it go to your head. It really depends on the practitioner and what you want to learn, because it can be bad and good for certain people, like Miguel and Hawk. Miguel, it gave him confidence. He's still a good guy at heart. He still makes the right decisions. Hawk just became a complete bully. It all went to his head. He thinks he's some badass now,
Yeah.
But even with Robbie and Sam, Robbie, I feel like it helped him completely, even if he's not solid completely Miyagi-Do, because he's still messing up and making stupid mistakes. Sam just thinks she's better than everybody else. But that's not really what Miyagi-Do teaches. That's just her personality, because she was raised that way. But it really helped Robbie and it really helped Miguel. And yeah, I guess it really depends on who's teaching it and what I want to get out of it. If I had the choice, I would go to both.
That's not an option. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, sadly, it's not an option because you're the enemy on either one.
Yeah.
I think I had a dream. There was a character that went to like both dojos at the same time. And Cobra Kai was just not for that. Neither of them were for that because they're so different, but they're the same.
Yeah, I saw. I forgot who said. I don't know who said it, but when I looked at the comments of the first Cobra Kai trailer, the very first Cobra Kai trailer, and this is when you just saw like the back of. This is when you saw like the characters from like far angles. You didn't really see who was who, and you saw one person training with Johnny, another person training with Daniel, and it was obviously Miguel and Robbie. But it was like far shots. You couldn't really make them out. So one person in the comments thought that it was the same person training with Daniel and then Johnny, which I think that's a really cool idea. That would be like cool. Obviously, it doesn't really make sense for the first season, but that's just something cool. So I think we could both agree that we are. I think to settle this or to before we could end with some like questions, but like it's balance. Yeah.
Would you train under Kreese?
when I trained under Kreese. Look, I mean, I see hope for him. So I would train under him after season 3 when we see. Well, I'm telling you, season.
Spoilers, like
No. I'm just really like. Once again, like I'd say there's 2 characters I'm very excited to see. Once again, I'm making a video on one of them. That'll be up soon. But the other one is Kreese. I'm very excited to see him, and I think we'll see a lot more from him. And yeah, so just it's balance. It's all about the balance.
sometimes I wake up and I'm feeling more Cobra Kai, and other days I wake up I'm feeling Miyagi-Do. So if they're combined, I'll definitely join that. It's like the biggest debate.
It's
the whole point of this video.
I know, yeah. All right, so you really quickly before we wrap up, you want to answer some questions?
Yeah, send some questions.
All right, so everybody comment some questions in the chat. We'll pick some out and we'll answer. And before we get to it, just a reminder: I have some links in the description of some petitions, some places you could donate if you want to like support Black Lives Matter. So and those are just you could donate anywhere you want. I just put some down there. So all right, let's see. Well, okay. Well, oh wait, no. That was will Kyler return in season 3?
Probably not.
I think he is.
Really?
Yeah. So
possible.
So Sholo, who plays Miguel, posted on his Instagram during the filming of Cobra Kai a lot of videos of Kyler, the actor, Joe Co, and Brooks, the actor of Brooks. So, and they were all hanging out. This is in Atlanta during the filming of Cobra Kai, and Kyler was also at the rap party. So,
oh really?
Yeah. So I mean,
he was just visiting the set. Apparently, that's what he said. But
that's what he said. I made a whole video on that when it came out, like 40-minute video. I'm like, I was so excited, and then like the actor who played Brooks was like, nah, dude, we were just visiting. But that wasn't Kyler. I think Kyler's gonna be in it. And once again, that's what I mean. That's not really me looking into it. Like that's them posting season 3 rap party pictures, and then I see, oh, Kyler's in it. But I don't like to look into the spoilers and search up all the stuff. But if I see it, then it's what it.
I have something a little off topic, actually. Oh, yeah. It's still on topic, but do you take any like teachings from either side of the dojo into real life?
That's a good question. So with Miyagi-Do, you know, I get stressed a lot. There'll be times where I have a lot going on, so I'll actually do some.
I do that too.
You do it too. I'm sure. Comment 1. Just drop a 1 in the chat if you do this. If you're more a Miyagi, if you do the Miyagi meditations, or if you just do you ever just like.
I mean, meditation's a big thing in general.
Yeah, but it's the kata.
Yeah, it's the Miyagi style.
I was like hiking, and I was like on like a cliff, and like I got a cool video of just like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Do you take any Cobra Kai lessons, like strike first, strike hard, into the real world?
Like, yes, like not. I wouldn't necessarily. I'd say it's just given me more confidence. Miguel's really inspired me. So like I see Miguel, who I related to in the very beginning when he was just like this nerd and like, you know, the underdog. I could very much relate to that. But then you see he trains and whatever, and you know, you see him doing all the push-ups. I started doing like 100 push-ups a day, like because after watching that. So
that's why I'm part Cobra Kai too. I relate to Miguel more than Robbie.
Yeah,
in that sense, because Robbie's already is like this jagged dude. I mean, I exercise a lot. I exercise before this. Before I eat the stromboli, I don't know about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually gonna bring this up. We were about to hop on the stream, and Drew was ready. Is that you hopping on? I was saying, yeah, I just gotta finish this Stromboli. Off topic, but fun fact. It's just so you guys know.
Oh shoot. Thank you, Big Haas. $10.
Ooh, nice.
That's I mean, I'll probably put that towards I don't know if you were here during it, but what do you think about Kreese taking over Cobra Kai at the end of season 2? Does Kreese have copyright to Cobra Kai? First off, thank you very much for the $10. I have donations down in the description. So if you guys want to donate there, that'd be I don't really want to like ask for these right now because
you can donate that $10 now.
Yeah, I'll donate the $10, but thank you for that. And yeah, like I mean, like it obviously I'll use it for like equipment and stuff. I have a lot of equipment I need to get, but you know it's not about me right now. There's a lot more important things, but thank you for that. Big cost. So someone on Twitter actually asked, I forgot who it was. I don't know, but someone on Twitter asked one of the writers about this situation. How did Kreese get Cobra Kai? Now the money, I'm not really sure where he got the money from, but with the landlord, Zarkarian, as we saw in season 2, Johnny and him didn't really have the best of relationships. And then there was also that thing with the handshake deal. They had a handshake deal. That was the contract. There wasn't an official contract. It was just a handshake deal. So Kreese, we see Kreese's ability to be manipulative. It's a tough word. Manipulative. Boom. I got it. Okay. So we see Kreese, and he uses. According to I forgot which writer, but on this was from a Q&A on Twitter. He said that Kreese kind of influenced him. Kreese kind of just like buttered him up or whatever. Like it was nice to him just so he could get the rights, and it worked. And now he got Cobra Kai. What do you think about that?
Well. What do I think about him taking over Cobra Kai into season 2? Does he have a copyright? Well, if he actually signed something, then he legally has a right to it. Johnny, I guess, technically never did have a right to it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Johnny's going to take it back. I feel like Johnny might not be able to take it back legally, at least right away. But I feel like he might be able to drive Kreese out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Big Hoss, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it, but we got those links in the description too. But thank you for that. Let's see what else have we got. Can you see the comments? Do you want to pick one out? Or
I can, but I can't bring it on there.
Okay. Should I just pick, or do you want to?
I think you can pick.
All right.
Wait, I like the Peach Lock comment about Bert. I don't know if you see that.
Is Bert gonna become the strongest fighter in season 3?
Yes, 100% yes.
All right, this question, I don't even know why you asked this. I thought this was obvious. Bert is the definition of the show. I don't think the show would be that great if it weren't for Bert. I feel like Bert connects everything. Bert is the key to the show. I'm telling you. And
Bert is stronger than everybody combined, probably.
He probably is. And so Owen Morgan, who plays Bert, the actor, said that in season 3, his favorite scene is from season 3. So that gets me so hyped because I love Bert, and if his favorite scene is in season 3, it's probably going to be a big scene. So, what do you think about Bert?
Oh, Bert's one of my favorite characters. Such a shame he lost in the tournament. He probably would have gone all the way if he wasn't frozen there.
That guy, I think that guy cheated. I mean,
yeah, he probably did cheated, just like Daniel, like the illegal crane kick.
I don't know about that. Oh, now we're switching sides. Now we're switching sides.
Cobra Kai.
Miyagi-Do.
It really depends on it. I'm not
Yeah.
so one-sided, but it's just like when it comes down to it, I'm gonna choose Miyagi-Do. But I actually do take a lot of Cobra Kai values into the real world because confidence and stuff. Always being the skinnier, small guy. That's why I related to Miguel a lot.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, Miguel's probably my favorite character.
Me too.
So I'm a big fan of Johnny's Cobra Kai. I would definitely join it if I could. But the same with Miyagi-Do. And of course, I want to learn to defend myself. But I think Miyagi-Do won't get me in nearly as much trouble or make me egotistical.
Yeah. You want to take a couple more questions and then we could end
Yes,
this?
a few questions.
All right, we'll take just a couple more. Do you see Hawk and Dimitri as the future senseis of Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do? Yes, I think Dimitri is gonna take over Miyagi-Do.
I remember telling you about this, Drew. How I had a dream that Dimitri was going to be really good at karate next season. He was going to take it a lot more seriously, just because he has that confidence boost now. Like even Miyagi-Do can give you confidence. Like look at Dimitri, for example. I mean, we don't see it yet, but season 3 he could feel a lot more better about himself now that he knows how to defend himself.
Yeah, I think season 3. Well, I mean. Right now, he's not learning karate from anyone, so
yeah,
we'll have to see. Wait, Big Hoss says we didn't answer his question. I thought we did.
we
did. The one about Kreese taking over Cobra Kai. What do I think about Kreese taking over Cobra Kai's season 2? Or does he have? Oh, I guess with the first part. What do I think about, or what do we think about that? I think. Look, I mean. I think Johnny should be running Cobra Kai, but I think it's more interesting for the story because now that Kreese owns Cobra Kai, we could see we could really see his full potential. I always use the analogy, like Kreese was on a leash with Johnny. Johnny was holding him on a leash. So we never really saw how far Kreese could run. But now that Kreese is off the leash, there is no leash. He can just do whatever he wants. So yeah.
I'm gonna be honest here. I don't see too much of a redemption for Kreese, at least right now, because even at the beginning, first episode of season 2, how manipulated Johnny into.
Oh, you just you cut off for a second. Okay.
Yeah,
it's good now.
I was basically saying how in the first episode of season 2, Kreese manipulated Johnny into letting him back in his life. How he had that smirk at the end. That right there, you immediately knew that Kreese was up to no good and he couldn't be trusted.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, season 3. I mean, look, I still think there's room for redemption. I don't think he's gonna be redeemed in season 3, but I think we'll see more.
There could be. I even made a video before season 2 came out about John Kreese possibly not being the bad guy, which was kind of wrong, but I didn't say he wasn't not going to be the bad guy, but that he might have a good side to him that the show will display. Just like how it's not just a one-dimensional character.
Yeah, I got you. All right. 2 more questions? You want to do 2 more?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to pick a good one. Wait. Okay, this won't count. But do you think your grandpa can take over Kreese at the end of season 3? Did you see my recreation?
I saw that.
Yes. So everyone loves my grandpa, which I don't blame them.
He was great.
He was amazing. He was so good. So I love all these comments, and I tell him all the time. They make him smile. So thank you for the comments about him. If Kreese dies in season 3, I think my grandpa should come in and own Cobra Kai. Okay, that won't count.
It's actually the opposite for me. Everybody loves your grandpa. Everybody hates my mom because That's how I first started getting some fans when my mom was going to delete my YouTube channel. That wasn't real. I can't believe I'm saying that now. I'm gonna make a video on that.
Wasn't real. Okay. Well, I mean, if you have to make your mom crease if you want
I
people to
read
like her.
a lot of hate comments. There's so many bad comments, and my dad was just cracking up at them. Like, "Oh, your mom's the devil."
Oh my God.
And she did a few more videos. Just like, "I'm done. I'm not getting any more hate."
All right, let's do 2 more questions. All right. Do you practice martial arts? Do you practice martial arts?
No, but I'm going to.
Oh. What are you looking to?
It's gonna be a mix of Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and just I think classic Taekwondo.
Cool.
Just because I've wanted to since I was a kid, and I never got the chance, and I'm waiting until all this is cleared up so I can go.
How
about you?
I did it when I was like 8 or something. I took karate or taekwondo, whatever it's called, and I would have kept going with it, but I was a little too ahead of my time. The other kids got pretty. Basically the sensei had to come up to me and say like, Drew, you're a little too good for this class. We're gonna have to tell you. We're gonna have to ask you to leave. So I was too good. So I asked him to leave. So basically, that's what I'm just kidding. Wait, so you wanted to do karate or martial arts before you even watched Karate Kid
well, I guess it was from the Karate Kid, which I watched when I was about 5 or 6. And I have a whole picture of Halloween. I was Daniel LaRusso when I was wearing this because I just loved it so much. And I was like, I want to do karate. And I did one class and I hated it because they didn't tell me when class is over. And a bunch of dodgeball kids came in. They just kept pegging at my head. I was the smallest kid. I was like, I'm not doing this. And I never went back, sadly. I'm going back to that same gym for martial arts, though. So payback. Time to buy some dodgeballs, pound some little kids.
That sounds very Cobra Kai. Sounds very Cobra Kai. Like I think you're turning to the Cobra Kai side.
I am very Cobra Kai on a lot of things.
We got him, everyone. We got him. No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's do one more question. Do you want to pick the last question?
There's a few good questions. Wait, now a bunch of new ones just popped up. All right. Oops. Computer's acting up. The last 4 are pretty good.
We can answer a couple more if you want.
All right, sure. I mean,
we'll go quick.
All right. Do you want more new characters in season 3, or do you want the characters you already have to be further developed? A little bit of both. I think there could be room for more characters. I feel like season 2 is kind of for that. I forget their names. They're fighting at the end. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Chris and Mitch, is that?
Yeah, Chris and Mitch.
Yeah, I think they've said their names like one time the whole show. Like when I first watched it, like a couple times, I had no idea what their names were. I had to like go on like online.
Oh, Chris was the African American guy.
Yeah, the one from Cobra Kai to Miyagi-Do. I mean, I like them, but I think they were just kind of like there for the most part.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about adding new characters.
Wait, did you ever watch Ant Farm?
Ant Farm, I've heard of that.
Oh, okay, because the actor for Mitch was on Ant Farm, and I was very surprised because he was grown up.
He's actually also in Ted.
Mitch?
Mm-hmm.
Have
you ever seen the movie Ted?
Like, I don't think I've ever seen the whole movie. I've maybe seen like clips on like YouTube a while ago.
He was the creepy guy's son, and he was also supposed to be creepy.
Yeah, and then Peyton West was Jesse, or yeah. She wasn't Jesse. She was on Jesse, and then Jacob Bertrand, Kirby Buckets. So yeah, more characters. I think they have a lot of characters they need to develop. So I don't want them to introduce too many. Like, I don't think that too many old characters should return and all that. So,
Do you think Miguel's mom will ever forgive Johnny?
what do you think?
Yeah, eventually. It might be a little while because it might be something they're trying to build up. But overall, yes, I think that's going to be Johnny's, I guess, soulmate.
Yeah, I think so too. And whenever I think of like whenever I think of like what's gonna happen in season 3, I always have to remind myself the writers said they want to do 6 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, we know Miguel, my mom Carmen might forgive Johnny, but if they do it in season 3, what's gonna be the what I mean? They have to keep tension. So
yeah.
All
What do you
right,
think next?
All right, we'll do like 2 more because I have to go eat dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry, so we'll do like 2 more. Let's see. Let's find a good one. This is a good one. Do you think Miguel will lash out at Sam and Daniel for Miyagi-Do's hypocritical actions? That's a good question.
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think Miguel is that type of person. He's never actually lashed out at anybody before. If you want to count, him beating up Kyler and all of them, that's just him standing up for himself, not necessarily lashing out. I don't think he's the lashing out type. Like, he won't be mad at Johnny for what happened. I don't think he's gonna go off on Sam or Daniel. If any, I mean, he still likes Sam, so he won't go off on her. He might just make her feel guilty, if anything. Like, yeah, this happened to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's gonna go off on anyone, including Robbie. I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like. I feel like he's gonna be more upset with Robbie and kind of like shocked by it than actually mad. Like, I'm gonna get back at him. It's kind of like, I can't believe he would go that far. I feel like he's gonna be very broken. And yeah, I mean, almost no. That's okay. That's my second guy, everybody. I am bad at keeping my secrets. That's the second guy of of the 2 characters I believe are gonna have the biggest arcs in season 3. I think it's Miguel and Cree. So if you guys are here, you already know what my next couple of videos are gonna be.
Who knows what Miguel's mental state's gonna be like for the season? He could have brain damage or something. We don't know. Oh, brain damage, would that even happen? I mean, he's in a coma. He hit his back. Yeah. I don't know.
I think he's gonna be like, he could be in like a wheelchair or something. I don't think like there are people who are saying he's gonna be blind. Which, first off, I don't really know how that.
I thought that was a cool idea at first, but I don't think it's gonna happen, or at least permanently.
Oh yeah, it can't happen permanently. Like, I mean, yeah, he just can't. It's only season 2 or season 3. I mean, he can't.
Yeah, next season, season 4, Miguel goes blind somehow. Oh no,
has to like Mr. Miyagi. Oh, actually, that's like a reference. That'd be like a reference to the next Karate Kid. Did you ever watch that?
Yes, I try not to, but I've seen it.
I like it. I thought it was good.
I liked it as a kid, but now I rewatched some scenes, and I just think this is the corniest thing ever. I like all 3 of the normal Karate Kid films. I just don't like the 4th one. It's just corny.
It's a little corny, but I think the music makes me like it more. I'm like Bill Conti with the. Like,
I love him.
Just like they took the tournament theme, the victory theme, like ba-na-na-na-na. They took that theme and it was just really good. So that's the thing with me. Like, sometimes like I hate a movie or I hate a show, but then the music will really make me like it. So, but I didn't hate it. I thought
they just rehashed a lot of.
They did.
Like, we know, with the nose honking, just the blow. That's what I remember. That was so stupid. And just the whole raising to set things up when Miyagi had to beat up those guys at the gas station. That was so stupid. Hey, you pet our dog. I want to beat you up. Just an excuse to show Miyagi's skill. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I think being a newer fan, like watching the Karate Kid series after Cobra Kai, I don't really have any like negatives to say about any of the movies. But like, when you look at something like Star Wars, which I've liked for a while now, like the sequel trilogy intentionally ruins the other movies. At least this movie didn't ruin any other characters or whatever. You could kind of just take it out. Unlike the
Yeah, I'm
Star
not a
Wars
big
sequel
sequel
trilogy.
trilogy fan, but this is someone who grew up with the prequels.
I love the prequels. Do you like the prequels?
I love the prequels.
And I'm gonna say right here, I'm gonna get so much hate. I think the prequels might be even better than the originals. Boom, like boom. Okay, let's get off Star Wars. We'll do one more question because I do gotta go eat.
Cobra
Okay,
Kai Kid's hungry, guys.
yeah, dude, I gotta get ready. Gotta get ready to strike first on some spaghetti.
Yeah, strike first on the pizza.
On the pizza.
Yeah, can't have anyone else eat the whole thing.
Someone said prequels better than originals. Are you insane? Nope, I'm not insane. Look, I think they're just as good. I like them all, except the
Depends on the cinematography.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think this will be our last question. Jim Brunny, I think he already asked a question, but how is Miguel going to react to Kreese running Cobra Kai? Will he still continue the classes knowing Johnny was kicked out?
Didn't the writers say that he wasn't done with Cobra Kai? But I can't see him still being in Cobra Kai if Johnny's not there.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be in it. I mean, he's in a coma, so
he might be out of there when Johnny's back. So
yeah, I think they're gonna play off of these events for a while. I don't think we're gonna necessarily see Johnny getting right back into Cobra Kai so soon. I don't think we're gonna see Miguel getting out of his coma so soon. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get out of the hospital bed until like episode 5. Honestly, I'm not saying. I think he's gonna definitely be awake before then, but like he might not even move. Like I don't think they're gonna quickly get back into everything. So how's Miguel gonna react to Kreese running Cobra Kai? I think Miguel's just going to be worrying about himself. I feel like that's Kreese running Cobra Kai is secondary. He's just we don't even know if he could walk right now. That I think he's just solely focusing on himself, and he's not in a selfish way. He's just
right.
going to be hurt and experiencing a lot of pain. And will he continue he's not. I don't think he's joining Kreese Cobra Kai even if he recovers. How about you?
I agree, actually. Only he's loyal to Johnny.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think he'll be mad at Johnny. I don't think he'll be mad at anyone. Just
he never trusted Kreese either.
Well, yeah, he was a little skeptical. I mean, at the end of episode 6, he was like, Kreese kind of had him, but then not as much as Hawk though.
Because this already are you sure about this? Having Kreese become a sensei, and Johnny said, "Yeah, everything's under control." So Miguel's not stupid; he's smart.
Yeah. Really quickly, yes, you have a point. AMR Abel Haiti. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yes, I saw the Q&A. He asked if Miguel would get revenge on Robbie, but he was pretty much trolling on a lot of those answers. If you don't know, they did a I think it was John Hurwitz, or I forgot which writer. They did a Q&A and asked, it was like, someone asked, would Miguel get revenge on Robbie? And one of the writers was like, yes, which I was kind of like, I was like, why would you put that there? Like that's a spoiler, but
yeah,
they were pretty much trolling with a lot of the answers. And honestly, if that were to happen, I don't think it would just be like, oh, season 3. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean season 3, like as soon as he gets out of the coma. And with Kyler coming back, I think that's going to be his first challenge before anything else. I think when he first gets out of the coma, I love Kyler. I'm a Kyler fan. Like, he's an asshole, but character wise, like just like Kreese, the villains, the people who I feel like I'm drawn to whenever these people are on screen, whenever I'm really attached to the scene, that those are the characters I tend to really connect with. So like, or not connect with, but really enjoyed their performances. I think Kyler, Kreese, they're villains. I don't like them, but they're captivating to watch. So
right.
Especially Kyler was the OG villain, so
I just want to see a Hawk get his revenge on Kyler as well. I want to see Kyler's reaction to what Hawk is now. You know what I mean? He used to just be Eli. That's all he knew him as. Now Hawk's this cool guy in school that Kyler once was. How is he gonna feel about that?
Yeah, we never really saw that interaction. Now, Dimitri versus Kyler, that'd be cool. All right, man. So I think we'll wrap it up because once again I gotta go eat. But so Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. Are you still Miyagi-Do? Or are you still if you had to pick? I know we're. Or you know what? Let's end with the balance. We're gray. We're Miyagi Kai. Or are you Miyagi-Do?
I am Miyagi Kai.
You're Miyagi Kai? Okay. I'm Cobra Do. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Cobra Do. No, you said it's too late. You're Cobra Do. Cobra Kai kid is Cobra Do. No, you're gonna be Cobra Do kid.
Cobra Do kid. Okay, changing my username to Cobra Do kid. Thank you everyone for coming. We had like 30 people or something here the whole time, which really appreciate that. And yeah, Andy, thank you for coming. Do you want to tell everyone where they could check you out, where they can watch your videos?
You could watch my channel. It's called AndyRew.
I put a Go. I wasn't sure if you knew.
He put a link in the subscription.
Yeah.
You can click that. It'll bring you to my channel. You can check out my newer videos, my older videos, whichever. Most of it's Cobra Kai. Some's gonna be other stuff if you're interested in what I do. But you can always unsubscribe from Cobra Kai Kid if you're never mind.
Yeah. Well, don't unsubscribe. But,
don't unsubscribe. I'm kidding.
But no, I cut out for a second. So but
subscribe to Biz Hacks.
What?
Nothing.
But yeah, guys, go check out Andy's channel. It's some very good Cobra Kai content on there. If you like the stuff that I do, I think you'll like his channel too. And once again, in the description, we got some links to some petitions for Black Lives Matter, some donations, and if everyone just does a little something, hopefully we could make change. But yes. So, is there anything else you want to say?
I feel like there's something, but I'm gonna think of something really cool later, and I'm gonna think of all the points I could have brought up to defend Miyagi-Do more, because Miyagi-Do is cool too. But I can't think of anything now. You got to eat. Strike first on that food.
That's okay. And to end it off, we'll just Cobra Kai never dies, and Miyagi-Do something. They don't have one, so I'm trying to think. Balance is key. I don't know. Okay, Cobra Kai never dies, and balance is key. That's I guess that's how we're ending it. Okay. All right. So thanks for coming, Andy.
All right. Thanks, dude.
All right. I'll see. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you all for coming. Okay.